Her name is Ashlee Jenae. She had just turned 31 years old. Loved to travel, lived her life to the fullest. Her life was not done, it was just beginning. So, what happened after she accepted a proposal from 67-year-old Joe McCann? Today, we'll explore the reports, hear from her parents, from news source, and give commentary on what could have happened to someone whose life didn't seem to be over in the way her fiance and sources in Zanzibar are telling them, with conflicting reports from her fiance and the hotel staff.
Light Center with the latest. Cheyenne.
Hi, Sarah and Brian. Yeah, Ashlee Robinson, she was actually raised locally in South Jersey, and now her death is making headlines across the world. Well, today we spoke to her family in Delaware who say they aren't getting any answers about what happened to her from officials in Tanzania or her fiance.
My daughter Ashley, she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Jenae on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashlee's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashlee called saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashlee passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashlee had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, herself on the door with several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashlee was also taken to a second hospital who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashlee's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back. I'm live in the Satellite Center. Cheyenne Karine, Channel 6, Action News. Back to you.
Yeah, heartbreaking for that family and unfolding halfway around the world. Thank you, Cheyenne.
Her fiance has since removed or private to his Instagram. So Zanzibar police have said the fiance of a 31-year-old U.S. lifestyle influence who passed away on the island is neither detained nor under investigation, as authorities maintain that the case is a North Ungwa Police Commander Benedict Mapira said there were no grounds to take legal action against Joe McCann following the death of Ashlee Robinson, also known as Ashlee Jenae. Now, they said that they can't take legal action or detain him under these circumstances. He said, adding that investigations found no evidence linking the fiancé to criminal activity. According to police, the couple had traveled to Zanzibar for a holiday, but later had disagreements, prompting hotel management to allocate them separate rooms. The incident occurred on April 9th when Robinson allegedly unalived herself using a piece of cloth inside a wardrobe. She was found alive after hotel staff alerted police and was rushed to the hospital but didn't make it following the day. Commander Mapwira said The man had been cooperating with authorities and was not considered a suspect. The body remains in Tanzania pending further examination and repatriation arrangements. The case has drawn widespread attention online, with some social media users questioning the circumstances of her death. However, police have urged the public to avoid speculation as investigations continue to establish the full details surrounding the incident. Now, I'm going to show you a picture that is very weird to me that somebody was sharing with us on TikTok, and it's this picture that is in question. And why is this picture in question? What do you see that when you first look at this picture, you did not see? Two people are in the background. And here's a zoom in. These two dressed like hunters or like pillagers. And that is very weird to me that they would be there in the background looking like settlers, no less. I mean, look at this. This is very weird. And sometimes if you're not paying attention to something or paying attention to your surroundings, you will miss things. And so I'm going to go to a few videos so that you can hear other people's thoughts.
About Ashlee, the influencer from Miami, whose fiance says she hung herself on her birthday, and everybody says he's lying and he needs to be investigated. Trigger warning. According to rumors and gossip, which may or may not be true, Ashlee Jenae, an IG model and soft life influencer, flew to Tanzania to celebrate her 31st birthday with her boyfriend, Joe McCanns, and shortly after, she disappeared completely. According to Ashlee's latest Instagram post, she was having a fabulous time in Tanzania with her boyfriend, taking glamorous pictures, spending time with animals, and even being proposed to during the trip. A week later, everybody's wondering what happened after a woman named Savannah Britt came to Twitter to share this shocking message. She wrote, "We need justice for my friend Ashlee Jenae, who was found dead in her hotel in Tanzania, and her fiance, Joe McCanns, claims she hung herself. And anyone who knows Ash knows she would never commit suicide. We need answers now." Ashlee, who reportedly represented the soft life, shared some questionable posts about Black men and men in general. But in her latest post, she seemed to have finally met a man who could give her the experiences that she wanted. Sadly, those experiences included a one-way trip to Tanzania. Although there have been no official reports about her death, Ashlee has not posted to her social media since her birthday, and everyone believes the rumors that she is dead, but no one believes that she would end her life that way, not on her birthday. What's crazy is, after some digging, netizens found old comments where a fan warned her that her boyfriend was going to kill her. And when you look at Joe's social media, he has never mentioned Ashlee at all. In fact, he's continued to post after she was reported dead, like nothing ever happened. Again, none of this story has been verified, but it's all everyone is talking about. What do you think of this story? Do you find it possible that a woman who had everything going for her would take her own life while she's on vacation and she just got proposed to? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierka.
And so, from the Human Rights Association for immediate release, calls on Tanzania to conduct independent investigations into the death of American citizen Ashlee Jenae in Zanzibar. This was sent out April 13th. The Human Rights Association, HRA, is calling on the government of Tanzania to order an independent investigation into the passing of Ashlee Robinson, widely known as Ashlee Jenae, a 31-year-old American citizen who died under disputed circumstances at a luxury resort in Zanzibar. In early April 2026, the HRA, chaired by Saad Qasis Mohammed, is simultaneously urging the United States Department to engage directly with Tanzania authorities to ensure that the interests and the rights of Mrs. Robinson's family are fully represented in the investigative process. Ms. Robinson was on her birthday trip in Tanzania when she was found unresponsive at her villa and was later pronounced deceased. The circumstances surrounding her passing has been publicly disputed by her family and close associates, who have rejected the initial account of the cause of passing and called for a thorough and transparent inquiry. As of the date of this release, Tanzanian authorities have confirmed that an investigation is underway, but no official cause of passing has been established. No autopsy or toxicology results have been made public, and no charges have been filed in connection with the case. The HRA is concerned by the absence of any official communication from Tanzanian authorities to the public or to Mrs. Robinson family regarding the findings or timeline of this investigation. When a foreign national unalives under disputed circumstances in any jurisdiction, the host government bears a fundamental obligation under international human rights standards to conduct a prompt, independent, and transparent inquiry. The obligation has not yet been visibly discharged in this case. Ashlee Robinson family deserves answers, and they deserve them through a process that is independent, transparent, and free from any appearance of inadequacy. The silence of the authorities in the days since her passing is not acceptable. Where the cause of death is disputed by the family of the deceased, the duty to investigate thoroughly is not optional. It is an obligation under international laws. Now, the HRA is specifically calling on the government of Tanzania to appoint an investigative body that is independent of local law enforcement and to publish the full autopsy and toxicology findings as a matter of urgency. The association further calls on Tanzanian authorities to maintain open and direct communication with Mrs. Robinson's family through the investigative process and to ensure that the family has access to independent legal representation within the Tanzanian jurisdiction. The HRA also urges the United States Department to take an active and visible role in this case. The death of an American citizen abroad under dispute circumstances warrants consultant engagement at the highest level, and the family should not be required to navigate the complexities of a foreign legal system without the full support of their government. The State Department's silence to date is a matter of concern. The Human Rights Association, the HRA, has previously filed formal communications with the United States nation's special rapporteur on the right to health and the special rapporteur on torture in the cause of Jared Shaw, an American athlete in prison in Indonesia. The association's intervention in the case of Ashlee Jenae reflects the same commitment that the rights of individuals who find themselves subject to foreign legal systems must be protected, and that their families must have full access to the truth. And that is what the HRA is calling on for Tanzania to conduct immediately. And I will proceed to the next video.
Guys, so the family of Ashlee Jenae, whose real name is Ashlee Robinson, they have spoken out. They did an interview with the news last night, and they've cleared up a lot of information that has been put out by the authorities in Africa. So Ashlee's parents, they're saying that they talked to Ashlee throughout the time that she was in Africa. They talked to her after the proposal on April 3rd. They talked to her on her birthday on April 5th. And on April 8th, they got a call from Ashlee saying that her and Joe had gotten into this very bad argument and they had separated rooms. Now, we know authorities have also confirmed this information about them being in separate rooms. Now, what's strange is that very next day, which is April 9th, Ashlee's mom received a call from Joe. And Joe told her that Ashlee was in the hospital and that she had did something to herself. When they asked Joe around what time did this take place, he told them it took place around 11 hours prior. Now, let's remember, Ashlee's mom had just talked to her the day prior. She knew about the argument. She knew about all of this. Now, not long after that, they end up getting another phone call that Ashlee had sadly passed away. Now, in the report that the family showed on the news, it says, according to the husband, she herself on the door. Now, even though they were put in separate rooms, we don't know if they were still communicating. We don't know if Joe was going back and forth to her room or she was going to his room. All we know is Joe was the person who alerted the villa about what happened to Ashlee. Now, during this interview, her family was still adamant that Ashlee did not do this to herself, and they still want a further investigation. The HRA is also calling for a full investigation into the death of Ashlee Robinson. They want the authorities in Tanzania to look into this more and to do a full body investigation. Now, let me say this. I know you can't really say how a person is feeling on the inside. You can't really know what a person is going through. People fight silent battles every day. But this case right here is just not rubbing me the right way. Circumstances in this case is not making any sense. She's on vacation. She's in Africa. She's having a good time. In a matter of days, she got engaged to. It was her birthday. She's on Instagram commenting, posting, saying how happy she is. And the fact that they're saying she had just talked to her parents, she was okay. They were in separate rooms. And all of a sudden, she went into a bedroom closet and did this with a piece of her clothing. Y'all, is making no sense. And to me, the way it's described, it honestly seems like a staged crime scene. Now, I will keep you guys updated as more information comes out. And it's still justice for Ashlee Robinson.
If the fiance is the one that found her, then why is this not in the report? Why is this not something that they're stating that he said? And why are these reports from the hotel staff conflicting with what the fiance said and what happened to Ashlee Jenae? 1 minute she is responsive in the room when they found her. They said that the staff found her. But if if the fiance found her first and went to the staff to alert them, wouldn't he be the one that found her and not the staff? Since they keep saying repetitively in the report that he, the fiance, alerted staff, because they're not going, the staff has no reason to be in her room unless she called for help or there was a medical emergency from Jenae herself. But the fiance, they say, is the one that found her. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to read it because it seems like we have to go over it to make it make sense when it's two different reports. They said that they had to be separated because of a disagreement. And it was a blow-up disagreement of whatever it could have been. So it says that the Zanzibar police force is currently holding Joe McCann, the fiance of the late Ashlee Robinson, popularly known as Ashlee Jenae, following her passing. Robinson, an American citizen, was found unalived in her hotel room several days ago in what was initially reported as an apparent unaliving herself. Addressing the incident today, April 14th, 2026, the Deputy Commissioner of Police in Zanzibar, who also serves as the Deputy Director of Criminal Investigation, DCI, Zuberi Kimbera, stated that the police are conducting a thorough investigation to determine the actual cause of unaliving. The investigation is being carried out in collaboration with other investigative bodies, while a post-mortem examination of the deceased body continues at Lamamba Hospital in Angola. It says detailing events leading up to Robinson's unaliving. Canberra explained at the hotel that the hotel management had received a report from a guest in room number 24 who claimed to have heard an altercation coming from room number 25, which was occupied by Robinson and her fiance. In response to the disturbance, the hotel management decided to move McCann to a different room, number 65, located approximately an 8-minute walk from their original room. Furthermore, reports indicate that prior to the incident, the deceased had requested a charging cable from a hotel employee due to issues with her own. The employee was instructed to return after 10 minutes. Upon returning, the employee found the deceased unalived from a clothesline. Clothesline? Clothesline? Okay. She was rushed to the hospital but was pronounced unalived upon arrival. In another development, DCI Canberra strongly refuted rumors circulating on social media claiming that the cause of unaliving was strangulation. He clarified that the documents circulating online are unofficial and were not issued by the relevant authorities. He emphasized that the investigation is still ongoing and that the family of the deceased is fully involved in the process. This includes the dispatch of representatives from the coroner's office authorized by the embassy and the victim's family to assist in the investigation. And that's a pretty much a full report, but we still need to know more. So I'm going to play the next video.
In the story of Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Jenae on social media, because this doesn't sit right with me. She went out of the country to Zanzibar in Africa with her fiance, Joe McCanns. Now, it looked to be a great trip. She was celebrating her birthday. Her birthday was April 5th. Pictures on her social media page looked like she was enjoying the trip with her fiance. Until her fiance reported that she was unconscious in her room, he claims that she was found hanging in her room. Her family put out a statement about the events that they were told took place, and they say that they are working with Zanzibar to find out exactly what happened. There's an investigation currently underway. Now, her fiance, I don't believe his story. It doesn't sound too believable to me. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but she went outside of the country to enjoy her birthday, have a birthday trip, enjoy life. She was enjoying him too. The pictures, the proof are on her social media. Why would she hang herself? Now, the original story was that she was hanging inside of their hotel room. But there was another story that he said that she was hanging from a tree. Which one is it? Her friend posted on X, "We need justice for my friend Ashlee Jenae, who was found dead in her hotel in Tanzania, and her fiance Joe McCanns claims she hung herself. Anyone who knows Ash knows she would never commit suicide. We need answers now." I don't know her, but I know this story don't sound right. And there are lots of opinions going around online due to things that were said in her comments and things that she said. Let's talk about it. One person said, "These the white men that be these comments under different pictures of her." One thing I do want to talk about is that she did have a very strong opinion on black men. A lot of people are saying, oh, they don't have empathy because she's
I'm going to stop her right there because she's kind of over analyzing and too excited about the points. In her messages, Ashlee Jenae at the time of some of these messages was 17, 18 years old. A lot changes between 17 and 18 and 30 and 31. Her views and her preference stayed the same, but it doesn't negate that something happening to you is meant to happen to you. So when you hear men making her situation about themselves because they're still alive, no one unalived them. She's not. Somebody unalived her and she needs justice. So, them taking a moment and making it theirs is why the Black community has a problem. That they would take a situation and up and down the comments, and I saw it too, say very negative and hateful things. Despite her comment, this is very childish, and this is something that you don't get to do because it's Mad Day. Somebody's life was taken. I'm not gonna use that against her without not knowing who she is as a person. The people that made these comments, they don't know her. They didn't get to know her. They saw something that they're passing around online and they're choosing to report hate on her. I'll let her continue.
Spoke this way. One time she tweeted, "Every day Black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass her." Another time she said, "Oh brother, I see 305 in your bio. Let's talk about all the Miami men, not white, beating their women still, or is that too touchy?"
Now that was a problem saying that. But at the same time, look, it's her opinion. What happened to her didn't deserve to happen. And I stick by that.
Go live your life while I live mine. Now it's clear that her opinions on Black
And also, in response to when they're reading this comment, they're not showing you that she's reacting to somebody that started a situation comment thread with her. So they're not showing you the back and forth of that conversation. She's responding in response to someone, and they're only putting out her one side response.
men were not good. She was not fond of them, but I don't think her death is karma for that. I still have empathy for her. If he did, okay, she did not deserve to die that way. I hope that her family gets the answers that they deserve. I hope that they find out what happened, because to go out the country with one person and you end up dead and they giving some crazy story, no.
It's obvious. He spent a lot of money on her. Gang, what is you talking about? So just because he spent a lot of money on his fiance, his soon-to-be wife, that mean he took her life? Come on now, make it make sense. Y'all be on this internet telling men that if they care about a woman, they'll spend a bag on her. Y'all be on the internet telling other women that if that
It's the reason why I put this video in particularly up, because even in this process of us trying to make commentary and seek justice for Ashlee Jenae, men still make it about themselves. And they're judging her on something they do every day, which is they lead with their money. But they're bringing up somebody's financial situation in regard to a relationship that they were in thereof.
Developing story has drawn global attention following the death of a U.S. lifestyle influencer, Ashlee Jenae, who reportedly died while on vacation in Tanzania. Ashlee, known for her travel and luxury lifestyle content, just celebrated her 31st birthday and also got engaged during the same trip. Authorities in Zanzibar say she was found in critical condition on the 9th of April. She was taken to the hospital and later pronounced dead. Police also say she'd been traveling with her partner, and later a disagreement ensued between them, prompting the hotel to place them in separate rooms. However, as more information emerges, there's still several unanswered questions around the timeline as well as the circumstances of what actually went down. Questions such as what exactly led the hotel staff to raise concerns about her well-being in the first place, and what actions triggered the belief that she may have been in distress, let alone deemed suicidal, who first entered her room, under what authority, and how hotel safety and privacy protocols apply in situations such as this. There are also conflicting reports around the timing, with differing accounts of when she was pronounced dead. These raise questions about the confirmed timeline of events and, again, what actually went down. Authorities have also suggested suicide as a cause of death, but questions remain about how this conclusion has been communicated publicly, as well as what investigations were completed before reaching this particular position. In addition, it's still unclear what specific evidence is being reviewed, what role each party is playing in the ongoing inquiry, and how the family's concerns are being addressed. Now, her family has called for a deeper investigation, and those concerns are now part of the wider public conversation as authorities continue with their work. At this stage, officials say the investigation is still going on and the full circumstances still remain under review. One thing that stays constant in travel is that no matter where you are in the world, being mindful of your environment, being mindful of the people around you is extremely important. And as more information comes to light, it's important to remember and respect the people behind these headlines. This is a real person with real family, with real friends who are dealing with this loss in real time. This is no longer just a headline. It's actually a case that the world is watching. And as more information emerges, we will be here to bring you every single update.
Many people online believe she may have been unalived and that Joe possibly staged the scene to make it appear as a unaliving of herself, with some even suggesting it could have been meant to resemble a hate crime. However, these claims remain speculation and have not been confirmed by officials. Here's what I've been able to find out about Joe so far. And this might blow your mind for those that might not have known. He appears to have a former wife named, I will not say, who is black. Based on social media timelines, it looks like they began talking around 2014, possibly earlier, and eventually married in August of 2018. By around 2021, it seems the two were no longer together. From what it is publicly visible on his social media, he has expressed support for the Black Lives Matter movement since opening his account on Twitter. So I don't personally think this was a hate crime committed by him, but it definitely could have been a personal crime of passion. I'm curious about what led to his divorce from his ex-wife. At the moment, I haven't seen any obvious red flags other than he still got those same old eyes on his social media pages. Well, I found one. But he does appear to present life as perfect. Got to be careful of those type that think everything is perfect, which we know is not actually true for anyone. And I just hid her face just out of respect for her, because I don't know her and I wouldn't want to shine a light on somebody that might not want to be publicized or mentioned in the same light as him. Well, seen in the same light. She's being mentioned, but seen in the same light as him. And here's just a simple reminder of if you say, I guess they said he was in support of Black Lives Matter. And I mean, I don't know. It just gives reverence to, you got to be vet everybody. You got to vet every man, no matter what color he is. And to the men that have the projection of self-hate, that want to project it on her, that want to project their hate onto Miss Ashlee Jenae, I just want to say this. Ashlee Jenae was somebody's daughter. She was somebody's sister. She was living a full, healthy, beautiful life. And just because you have an opinion about something or someone that you're having a disagreement with in your comments does not warrant her being unalived by anybody. And reading the hate comments from Black men who don't see that by disrespecting her, you're disrespecting yourself, which makes this your projection of self-hate, by saying she hated herself so much she let her inner ancestral guard down and got too comfortable. Meanwhile, you Black men do this every day. And this statement was coming from a Black man that was in a profile picture with a white woman. So that is what's wrong. That you feel like you can do something, but nobody else can. Only thing that I have to say regarding her is that, yes, she should have vetted more carefully. But we all know it doesn't matter if a man is black, white, brown, pink, or green. If they want to lie to be with you, they are going to lie to be with you. And so she gave somebody a chance as if she would if it was a Black man. And then there are other comments that I don't even really want to read. Some of the comments that they put out about her were actually falsified comments, and some of the comments were years ago. Somebody went back 15 years ago on this girl. 13 years ago on her. 15 years ago, she was 16 years old. 13 years ago, she was 18. You have two different mindsets. And then it's just the way that they are commenting. For her birthday, somebody said, did she get her wish? And it's coming from the men and some women. The men and some women, y'all. And it made me so upset that I had to comment. And my statement, I don't think I saved it. But I just felt like I just put in there that you all are still letting anything and anyone divide the Black community instead of wanting justice, no matter who it was or what was said. And they still laugh at you, poking fun at someone in your community's unaliving. And we're the only ones who do this. She didn't deserve that regardless of her opinion. If your feelings were hurt from her saying you embarrassed someone, then you're the hit dog hollering. We can't stand together on anything. That's why the Black community keeps losing. And the others are loving it. If we had to join together as a Black community on anything, half of you wouldn't join because you just showed you'd be holding on to too much animosity and hate to stand together on anything. And some of them will get on here and act like they're about to go into act like they're about to go into wanting to find justice for Jenae, but then they'll come off with this, well, she should have known better and this, that, and the other. And sure, she was warned. She was warned. But she wasn't expecting, or neither did she want to pass. She was giving somebody a chance. And for that, loving somebody, her life was ended. So I am just sorry that that happened to her. And I hope that there is justice for Ashlee Jenae. She did not deserve this. And her soul, her body doesn't need to be in limbo for justice. She deserves justice. Like anybody else, she deserves justice. I just want to say to Jenae, rest in peace. And you lived a full, beautiful life. And we can't see that you were finished with it. You weren't finished, and we know you weren't. And we pray that your parents continue to lead the fight in justice for you. Rest in peace to Jenae, Ashlee Jenae.